Hey everybody, Enosh here, and I was just getting ready to go do some other things when all of a sudden some new information came across, and I got to talk about it. We got to talk about this. This is major Star Wars news. Two things. One, Disney has announced that they are developing a Star Wars TV show to go onto their streaming service in 2019. I don't know what to make of this. I'll be honest with you. I'm not a big fan of streaming services. I'm a wrestling fan, so we had the WWE network for a while. But then after a while, that kind of like lost its luster, and we just kind of didn't continue our service anymore. But I know that it's always there if I want to. Same thing with Netflix. Netflix. I used to have Netflix a long time ago. Haven't had Netflix in a long time. But Tiffany is wanting to get Netflix again. So we may be doing that. But here's the problem that I have. I don't like everybody having a streaming service. It gets on my nerves because that means what? Now I got to get Disney's and I got to get these, everybody's got a new streaming service out. And just to watch a couple TV shows, you got to spend all this money on top of what you're already spending already. And I know the future's coming and it's coming fast. And I know that this is kind of like how we're moving forward, but I want to see Star Wars. I want to see Star Wars. I want to see a Star Wars TV show. How about you? I'm looking forward to this. I wonder what kind of TV show it's going to be. A lot of people have theorized that if there was a TV show made of Star Wars, that it might have something to do with the Old Republic. I'd be okay with that. I'm not a big Old Republic fan. I haven't dove deep into that mythology yet, but I know a TV show could probably pull me into that. Now, we already know that years ago, George Lucas has already written about 100 episodes of a Star Wars TV show that they just couldn't get off the ground, that dealt with kind of the underworld of the Star Wars universe. And it just never happened. And then he sold it to Disney. So will Disney take those scripts and try to do something with it? Or will this be something completely new? We don't know. We'll have to stay tuned and see, I guess. But on top of that, so just a couple of weeks ago, Kathleen Kennedy did an interview that talked about the fact that they were plotting out the next 10 years of Star Wars. We're not even halfway through right now this trilogy. And all of a sudden, it just came to light today, same time, same thing, that Rian Johnson, director of The Last Jedi, which comes out next month. Can you believe it's next month? Man, it's just going by so fast. But he directed The Last Jedi, and hey there, McAvoy, thanks for joining. So he directed The Last Jedi, and now he is going to be writing and directing at least the first movie of a brand new trilogy. Now, what is this trilogy about? Kathleen Kennedy was quoted as saying that this new trilogy would be, or not the new trilogy, but the next 10 years of Star Wars would involve stories about possibly Rey, BB-8, Poe, Finn. And she didn't mention Kylo in that. So is Kylo going to lose his life in this trilogy, and so we're not going to see him anymore? Or will Rey go on to star in the next trilogy? Is Rey somehow connected to the Skywalkers? Is this a saga trilogy like we've already seen that follows the Skywalker family? Is this something completely new and different? We just don't have enough information right yet. But it is breaking news that there will be a Star Wars TV show on Netflix. On their streaming service, and or not Netflix, I'm sorry, on Disney's streaming service coming up. And then also we will have a brand new Star Wars trilogy after this one, written by Rian Johnson and the first movie directed by him. So what do you guys think of this information? What are your first thoughts regarding this? I remember how I felt when I first found out that episode 7 was going to that it was a real thing. I remember how excited I was about that, and just how, just the possibilities and everything. And now we're in the middle of this trilogy, and I really like The Force Awakens. In fact, I'm getting ready to watch The Force Awakens tonight with some friends of mine, and we're going to rewatch that tonight. And, with The Last Jedi coming out next month, it's an exciting time to be a Star Wars fan. Do you think this is too much, though? Do you think that this is too much Star Wars? That it is getting watered down? Because a case could be made for that we are going to get a lot of Star Wars, and is it a good thing necessarily to have that much Star Wars? I say I want all the Star Wars that I can get. Don't know about you, but hey, What do you think? Leave your comments down in the comment section, will you? And let me know what you think of all this news. Are you geeked for a Star Wars TV show on Disney's streaming service? Will you now get Disney's streaming service? You know, something we haven't even talked about came out this week that Disney has been in talks, at least, about buying 21st Century or 20th Century Fox. I gotta get my numbers right. 20th Century Fox. And possibly bringing X-Men and all those properties back into the fold, into Marvel. That's a whole other video right there, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what to make of that, but I'd be really happy with that. But on the other side, I don't want to see Disney just take over everything, you know? I mean, because you have less studios involved, you have less people involved, you're not going to get the creativity, you're not going to get the kind of leeway for directors and people to actually come up with new ideas, you know, because as much as we love the Marvel movies, you know, even the most diehard Marvel fan has to admit that sometimes the Marvel movies have become kind of marginalized, watered down, and almost predictable. And we don't want to see that. We want stuff that challenges us and takes these properties in new directions. And so I think, you know, on the one hand, it's really cool for them to get Marvel properties back. I don't know about everything else, but hey, what do you guys think? Like I said, leave your comment down in the comment section. I want to have a conversation with you guys about this. I want to know what you, our viewers, think of these possibilities and a new Star Wars TV show and a new Star Wars trilogy written by Rian Johnson. Hey, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks so much for being a part of this channel. I appreciate you guys all so very much, and I appreciate your support, and I appreciate you guys tuning in. I love you all. And until next time, may the Force be with you. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.